Hello, my name is Dr. Mandal, and today is Freeform Dreadlock Talk. Freeform Dreadlock Talk is a show where I share with you my experience of how freeform dreadlocks. Easy for you to say. I'm tongue-tied from being thirsty. Let me have some water. So, Freeform Dreadlock Talk is just a show that I like to do in order to share my experience with having freeform dreadlocks for now, this month of July, 21 years. So, I share my experience. I answer you whatever your questions you have about your freeform dreadlock path. And sometimes I share with you articles and things that I find online that are pertaining to freeform dreadlocks, and also like books. So yeah, which is few and far between as far as freeform dreadlocks go. Um, so I'm going to read to you this article that I found online I'm looking at right now. And it's called 3 Reasons for Wearing Freeform Dreadlocks. So let's get right on into it, and I hope you enjoy it. So no more dealing with buildup. With dreadlocks that are formed through twisting with gels or creams, there's always a concern of product buildup. With freeformed locks, since you do not have to put anything on your roots, all these concerns are eliminated. So, number 2. Even easier maintenance. While you still will have the basic routine of cleansing your hair, conditioning it, and moisturizing it, your routine will be even easier since you will be leaving out the twisting of your roots. Wash your hair and go without worrying about anything else. So let's go down, scroll down. So number 3, the variation of the lock sizes looks pretty cool. The different shapes and sizes that your locks take on form a unique look. With freeform locks, you have a beautiful earthy style without working too hard to do it. So, although your locks may be thicker using the freeform method, this does not have a limit to the creativity of your hairstyling. Your hair can be curled naturally using bantu knots or braiding your hair up to create a curlier, wavy look. From elegant updos to long, curly, flowing hairstyles, freeform locks look amazing. You can choose to either start your locks off by freeforming, or you can choose to semi-freeform. Semi-freeforming is when you start your locks off by using twisting method or an interlocking method, and then you simply stop using these methods to tighten your roots. This way, you have control over the size of your locks while also getting the benefit of a freeformed look. With semi-freeforming, you also reduce tension from retwisting and greatly reduce the risk of breakage and thinning. So yeah, this article was written on the website called blacknaps.org, and I'll leave the link in the description below. And give me your pointers on what you think about this article I just read, 3 Reasons for Wearing Freeform Dreadlocks. I do have to agree with that, because before I had dreadlocks, I didn't use a lot of products, but I used one product. It was called African Pride, and it was like a hair moisturizer. And basically what it was a solution of a bunch of herbs that I probably could have done myself. And it left my hair feeling soft, and when I had a fro, I would use that to comb out my hair, instead of trying to like rake through my hair and causing a lot of damage. So that was one product that I used. Back in the 80s, I used all kinds of products. It was ridiculous. There are a lot of products out there that are advertising that'll make your hair grow longer, faster. I remember African Pride also had this like hair grease where it was petroleum based with herbs in it, all kinds of herbs in it. It might as well have been just a jar of Vaseline. You just dump some herbs in there. Because that's basically what it was. Petroleum based products I found are not good for my hair. I have what's called 4C hair, and it's very thick and coarse, so it doesn't take kindly to thick stuff like that on my hair or my scalp. I think when I was not with dreadlocks, it still wasn't a good thing to use on my hair or my scalp. Neither should be on anybody's hair or scalp, I believe, because it's petroleum based. Petroleum-based products can cause a lot of buildup. Has caused a lot of buildup for so many people, women and men using it. So maybe keep that into consideration when you're looking at the products that you buy, if you buy any products. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to move over to using more natural things on my hair. especially when I decided to let my hair freeform. And that was 21 years ago. And the reason why people ask me, why isn't your hair longer? You've had it for 21 years. It's because I did a lot of damaging things to my hair in the past. And it's taken a long time for it to heal. So it's healing and getting healthier. And as time goes by, I learn healthier ways to take care of my hair. One of the healthy ways of taking care of my hair is to not fidget and fuck with it all the time. A lot of times I'll put it in a hat. During the summer, I'll put it in a hat, or I'll do this, like, wear it on top of my head like this, like that, where it's out of my way and not in harm's way. Sometimes I'll wear a scarf. Do I have that scarf in here? I thought I saw it in here. Anyway, sometimes I'll wear a scarf because I do a lot of messy artwork sometimes. So I don't want to get paint or Mod Podge in my hair, which I have gotten in my hair before, but you can get it out. But yeah, I just try to keep things simple. And a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, but for a while I was doing like 2 underbraids of my hair, or 1 underbraid. And that was putting too much stress on the longer dreadlocks, because look, they've kind of thinned out a little bit. The longer ones is kind of thin right there. And this one too. And that's what happens when I try to manipulate my 4C hair, tightly coiled hair, really the coarsest of the coarse of type of hair. When I try to manipulate it in that way, then I get damaged. So the best thing for me to do is to keep it either up like this and out of the way when I'm doing things. I can even go as far as just pulling it into my hat so it's completely protected, like when I'm doing housework, messy work, or don't want my hair in my eyes, because I have this one dreadlock in the front that just goes right like that. It's totally positioned in the middle of my head, so I don't want that. But that's what I do. I put it up in a way, either like in that, whatever, just kind of tying it up, or putting it in a hat. And to tell you the truth, the hat's the most comfortable for my hat. I'm going to figure out how to make a cooler hat for the summertime. Because I did make like these, what would you call them? It's kind of like those African style of hats, kind of like shaped like a box kind of shape. And I made one before, and it was made out of a linen cloth. And it was just something that I could put on my dreads, and I could get shit done. And I have to put it in some sort of really tight constricting hairstyle, because this one is not a constricting hairstyle. My hair can still be loose inside of this hat. When I used to put my hair in the braids, it would be too tight and it would pull at my scalp. Even if I did loose braids, it would still pull at my scalp. It didn't matter. So I think too, the cool thing about Freeform Dreadlocks is that there are so many different sizes of dreadlocks in my hair. So it makes it easy to be able to put it up the way I want to put it up and keep us safe. And it's not even about hairstyles for me. I ditched the whole hairstyle thought in my head. I did, recently, well, not recently, last year, I did do some wrapping of my dreads with different colors. And that was because like a color therapy type of thing. And I like to do that every now and then. And I like to make beads, dreadlock beads, because it's more or less showing pride in my hair and loving my hair for its naturalness and the way it's coming out of my head. I don't do that all the time, though, on a regular basis. Most of the time, I just keep my hair up and out of the way, especially with the summertime and it being hot. I don't want to be walking around all the time with my hair out. To keep it up, keep it protected. And also, I don't know if you've had this experience, but ever since I started on my journey of Freeform Dreadlocks, I've noticed that I've become more spiritually grounded. I start to see things that I wouldn't normally see when I didn't have Freeform Dreadlocks. There's more of a spiritual communication going on with me when I'm meditating, I feel like, than before. When I didn't have these dreads upon my head. When I was trying so hard to make my hair look perfect so people wouldn't complain or be threatened by it or whatever, or feel intimidated by it, I was miserable. It was totally miserable. And Freeform Dreadlocks is really, it's really opened up my mind to the fact that I can't conform and try to be like everyone else. I just can't. I have to be my own creative self, my own individual soul that's on this planet that came here to create art and bring it to the world and heal in that way. And I can't really do that if I'm trying to make my hair look like a white European person. Doing all these kinds of styles that can be very damaging for my hair. I'm not knocking people to do it, but for me, it's damaging to my scalp and my hair. If you look at my past videos, you'll see that I've done a lot of damaging things to my hair. I colored it with commercial hair dyes that were very damaging. In the past, I had gotten a relaxer in the 90s, and my whole scalp was covered in a scab because it fried the shit out of my hair. The lady that did it, she left that stuff in my hair and went off to go pick up her daughter, and then came back and my hair was like, my scalp was fucked. So I've experienced a lot of severe damage to my hair and scalp through the past. And right now, this is the best my hair has ever been as far as health. It's the best, you know, and I just keep learning more and more every day about this journey, about these freeform dreadlocks. There's a lot of people that just want to have long hair right away, you know, and that doesn't happen. It takes time. And you have to learn how to take care of your hair and what kind of hair you have. Once you learn what kind of hair you have, then you got to learn what kind of nutrients to put in your body, not just the outside. You know, don't rely just on the outside, the external, to take care of your freeform dreadlocks. You got to put those minerals and vitamins inside your body so that it comes out and nourishes your dreadlocks, your hair and your scalp. But it all really starts with the scalp. So remember that. I say that all the time. It all starts with the scalp. Get your scalp healthy and figure out what works for you. You know, don't care about what everybody else is doing. You just try something, and if it works for you, then keep on doing it. And if it doesn't work for you, just find something else. It's not a big deal. Freeform dreadlocks have become very, I'd have to say, trendy. And because this superstar has it, then somebody else wants to have hair just like that person. And it has nothing to do with a spiritual path or being connected to whatever hair that you have on your head. It's become really trendy. It's become really, like, ridiculously trendy. And that's not why I went on my freeform dreadlock journey. I'm not trying to say people have to be on the same journey I'm on. I'm not expecting them to, but people just, like, they get on this freeform dreadlock journey and they're trying to find other people that they can look up to or have help with their dreadlock journey. Sure, you can get suggestions and everything if you ask for it, but ultimately you have to figure out what works for you personally. And you can't be looking at all these high-profile celebrities who have freeform dreadlocks and expecting your hair to look just like theirs. So I love freeform dreadlocks for that. It's an individual thing. It's very a creative way of being, of just letting your hair form the way it wants to form. You know, mine, like, I have this one that does this, like an actual tree branch, you know, and I have little tiny ones too, and really long ones. And I like each and every one of them, and not just the really long ones, you know. I like all of the dreads on my head. And no, I don't count my dreadlocks. I don't feel the need to. If they all join into just 3 dreadlocks, I'm fine with that. But I used to be afraid of my dreadlocks joining together, and but I've realized that that's what they want to do. That's what my hair has always wanted to do. It's never wanted to be combed. It's never wanted, I mean, my mom used to comb my hair, and you look at the comb, there was so much hair in the comb. Yeah, some people can say, well, maybe she should have put a moisturizer on your hair before she combed through your hair. I did that later on in life and did the moisturizer thing and combed through my hair. I still have hair coming out of into my comb, so I feel like this is the right way to go for me, and has been for 21 years, and I hope you're enjoying your journey. So yeah, thank you for joining me today for Freeform Dreadlock Talk. If you want to share your experience in the comment section below, feel free to do so. I'm not into debating about whether or not freeform dreadlocks are the right way to go for everyone and all this kind of stuff. I think it's a personal choice, and my choice is based on my ethnicity and the type of hair that I have, and then my hair locks easily. My hair locked. I was getting locks overnight because that's how coarse my hair is. So I feel like my hair is meant to form into these dreadlocks. I don't really have to do a bunch of shit to my hair for it to form. You know, I learned that my first attempt at having dreadlocks, and it was my first set of dreadlocks, and they started to, you know, form together, and because I stopped separating them after a while, and I was getting a lot of negative feedback from people when I'd walk around in the streets, you know, Medusa and all this kind of bullshit. So I went through all that, and I felt self-conscious, and I cut those first set of dreads off because of that. And then as I decided to grow dreads again, because I knew that was the only option for me, because it's the most natural option for me. It's less damaging. So this time around, I decided not to separate them. And this is the result of not separating them. The damage is the result of stuff in the past that happened to my scalp, and also me experimenting with hair dyes, which was very, 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 with commercial hair dyes, which was very damaging to my hair. And I'm not telling people not to dye their hair with commercial hair dyes. I'm saying my experience of it was unpleasant. I don't plan on going out and trying to figure out if I could find another one, because I don't care about dyeing my hair a different color. My hair naturally dyes itself when I use the herbal hair rinses, like the coffee hair rinses, the rosemary hair rinse gives my hair a red tint to it. The black tea hair rinses gives my hair a little bit of a darker, richer, chocolatey brown color. But the thing is I'm not looking to dye my hair. What I'm looking to do is nourish it and replenish all that's lost from it with the conditions of this environment I live in, you know. So yeah. Alrighty guys. With all that said, thanks for joining me today. If you'd like to support this channel, you can donate $1 more to my PayPal at kdaddytmama@comcast.net, and include a question you'd like to see answered on an upcoming show, whether it's about freeform dreadlocks or any of the topics that I talk about on this channel. It's not required that you donate to this channel, but if you like to, you can, but you don't have to. I only talk about that because people have asked, and that's one way you can support this channel. And that money goes towards getting a new camera, saving up for getting that land so I can have my own land and build a tree house or two and a yurt, and, you know, be able to grow my own produce and medicine and stuff, and not have to deal with, you know, what I deal with. But so yeah, that's what that's being saved away for, if you were wondering, if you donate to that. So thanks for joining me. Hope you're having a great freeform dreadlock journey. It can be a very challenging one, especially for people with brown skin and have tightly coiled hair. It can be very challenging. And that's the only perspective I can really speak upon. It's my own personal experience. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon. Brightest blessings to you all.